How's it going, everybody? It's Garlic Grill back here with another video. This one's called Fishy. I haven't done any research on it. I literally just downloaded it and thought I'd play it. It looked interesting. Seems to be a narrative story about, I think, walking through an aquarium. Not entirely sure. So let's get into it and find out what it's about. Yeah, it looks like an aquarium. Honestly, you didn't even want to come here. The ocean has never been your thing. Me neither. There are sharp things you can step on, and powerful things that inject poison into you when you touch them, and large things that are faster and stronger than you, and the worst part, they're all alive. And they're hungry. Mom, I'm out of sparkling water. You turn to look at the instigator of your distress, Monica. It's her 14th birthday. Last year for her birthday, Monica's parents rented a local theme park for a whole day. Woo! The entire class had gone. You'd gotten to ride the big kids rides for the first time. Everyone talked about it for the rest of the year. As the date approached again, the talk started to shift. What would Monica do for her birthday this year? You recalled the sinking feeling in your stomach when you found out. Overnight marine adventure. You're invited to Monica's 14th birthday overnight marine adventure. Spend an evening at the aquarium, exploring the exhibits, before tucking into your sleeping bag for a night under the sea. Uh-oh. Mom, this sparkling water is cherry flavored. Gross. Typical Monica. Always complaining. The classmates swarmed the lobby excitedly, stepping over sleeping bags and toothbrushes that no one has any intention of using. An aquarium employee is going student to student, handing out ID badges. You stand alone. Where's Misha? Why isn't she here yet? Promised. You remember that day at lunch? She convinced you. You have to come. It'll be so fun. And if you don't go, you'll miss out. Everyone else is going. You'll be the only kid in our class who didn't go. Look, I know you don't like fish or oceans or like water or whatever, but you'll probably like it once you get there. It's not like we're swimming with sharks or anything. There's no actual danger. I'll be with you the whole time. Promise. Well, you're here, and Misha isn't. So that's cool. The door to the aquarium opens. Misha? What up, nerds? Oh, God. Uh-oh. Toby drops his bag near the door and runs over to Monica, holding his hands above his head like a shark fin. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Stop it, Toby. You're so annoying. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Toby isn't in your grade, but he's Monica's older cousin, so he actually ends up better party anyway. The aquarium guide approaches you with a friendly smile. Hi there. I'm gonna print you an ID card. Would you help me fill one out for you? Honorary Aquarium VIP. Name? What do I do? Do I type it? Oh! There was no indication of a... Oh, whatever. That's... Okay. Thank you, guard. Favorite sea creature? That's a tough choice. I'm not sure. I guess off the top of my head, I'd have to say a whale. Just because they're massive and they're actually gentle creatures that you can hang out with. Sharks, they'll try to eat you. Not always, and they're pretty docile creatures for the most part, but there's a chance they'll eat you. And there's no chance a whale's going to eat you unless you sit in front of his mouth and just get sucked in. So I'll go with a whale. That's my favorite too. Here you go. Don't lose it. Thanks. The aquarium guy looks around. Well, I think that's everyone. Let's go. Let's go ahead and start. Wait, my friend isn't here yet. I'm sure they'll be here soon. Besides, the majesty of the aquarium will wait. He gives you 2 thumbs up and then heads over to Monica's parents. Attention, everyone! Monica's standing on a bench, gesturing wildly. Her classmates quiet down and gather around her. Thanks for coming to my birthday. Tonight's gonna be really fun. We have free run of the entire aquarium, so we can do whatever we want. Actually, some of our exhibits are under construction or closed temporarily for one reason or another, so please stay away from any off-limit areas. Just try to keep your kids safe. The guy looks nervous. You wonder what that's about. Whoa, he does look nervous. He is sweating his butt off all of a sudden. Those are off limits. Mario, boy, we got a dead body hanging somewhere? I don't like that. Anyway, it's gonna be tons of fun. But sure, restricted areas. There will be cake and presents after later. Feeling a little anxious, you trace the rivets on your prosthetic arm. Oh. Also, we have unlimited LaCroix. So go wild. I forget what that is. Is that flavored water? Something like that. Thank you, Monica, and happy birthday. Now, everyone, we're going to enter the aquarium. We'll walk through the magnificent jellies exhibit and drop off your stuff in the deep ocean room, where you'll be sleeping next to our 1.1 million gallon saltwater tank. Our largest tank. Dread shoots through your body. You'll be sleeping where? Now, follow me. We're gonna have a really special night. Enter the abyss. Ah! It's dark inside the jellyfish exhibit. You catch glimpses of the faces of your classmates, illuminated by the glowing of the tanks. You walk along the black velvet floors, keeping to the back of the group. You don't know these people very well, but they all seem to be best friends. Plus, it's dark. You bump into a large shape in front of you. Hey, watch it, freak. Ignore him. Weirdo. A jerk. Fuck that guy. The aquarium guide steps in front of the wide tank with rounded edges. Don't ever apologize for somebody that bumps into you. Just look at them like they're retarded. Jellyfish float gently behind him in a seemingly endless blue void. Now, like I said, we're gonna drop off your stuff at the deep ocean room. After that, you're free to explore the aquarium until bedtime. We have a few rules. No running, no tapping on the glass, and like I said, no entering restricted areas. Now, does anyone have any ideas about why they're not allowed to tap on the glass? Well, if you crack it, yeah, because it'll break, killing all of us. No. Yeah, actually, it could. I mean, not from tapping on it, but you never know. I wouldn't take the chance. No. The glass on these small tanks is half an inch thick, and the glass on our largest tanks, which you'll see later, is over 20 inches thick. You're perfectly safe, until you're not. Would anyone like to take another stab at why we shouldn't tap on the glass? Because you'll scare the fish. I know why. It gives the fish anxiety. Yep, something like that. Dylane? Dylane is very smart. She's won first place in the school science fair for every year since 5th grade. That's right. And? Fish don't get sick when they're stressed. And they can even die from stress. All animals can die from stress. Even humans. It's a scientific fact. Well, yes, technically you're correct. But no worries about that here. We just want to make sure that the little fishes are as comfortable and happy as possible. The darkness is making you feel uneasy. You jump when someone grabs your shoulders. Huh? Hey, guard. You turn around. Ah! What'd I miss? Misha is whisper shouting. visibly excited and grinning ear to ear. You step away from the group to continue the conversation, as the aquarium guide launches into a story about the aquarium's history. You scared me! And you're super late! I was worried you wouldn't come. Of course I'm going! I would never miss out on this. What took you so long? Nothing. Just some stuff. Is Toby here? Yeah, why? I just think he's kind of cute. Anyway, look at all these cool jellies. They're like little aliens. I've always wondered if jellyfish could survive in space. Some form of jellyfish. Maybe there's jellyfish out in space, who knows. You watch the jellies for a while. Some of them are kind of cute. The little ones that bob up and down. But some of them are bigger than you expected. Jellyfish tentacles are extremely dangerous. They can sting prey so that they're paralyzed and can't do anything while the jellyfish digests them. That's true, Delane. But none of that can happen here. He's still sweating like crazy. He's nervous for some reason. He's freaking out. He's like, don't step over the body. Can you imagine what it would be like? Paralyzed, frozen, unable to move while a predator used its long tentacles to slowly, painfully raise you into there. Okay, thanks so much for the facts, Stanley. The ocean sure is a fascinating subject. Yep. Let's head into the deep ocean room and set down our things, okay? You follow the group through the rest of the jellyfish exhibit, relieved to be free of Delane's terrifying facts until you stop. The other kids file into a room called the deep ocean. Through the doorway, you can see the large tank. Glass lines an entire wall, floor to ceiling. There's something about that room. Something about the incredible vastness of the tank. How it does really look like a portal to the ocean. And you get the impression of something huge moving towards you. Shark? Maybe. You turn away, letting the others pass you. Hey, Misha, can you put my stuff near yours? Why? You scared? No, I feel weird about that room. Just feels weird. Just take my bag. Fine, whatever. Wait here. You think about the ocean. You think about water. Deep water. So deep you can't see the bottom. You think about looking down and seeing nothing but darkness, because the sun can't penetrate anything anywhere near the seafloor. You think about a giant mouth breaking through the darkness, and it has eyes and teeth, and it sees you. Hey! I wasn't thinking about anything. Misha grabs your hand. Come on, we're going to the kelp forest. Toby and a few other boys run by, laughing. You hesitate. Misha rolls her eyes. Don't worry, it's the kelp forest. It's not scary at all. No sharks, just some plants. Come on. She lowers her voice. This is our chance to hang out with the cool kids. I really want to look good in front of them. I know you're not, super into this, but it would mean a lot to me. Just try, please. Okay, but I don't like it. Thanks, guard. You're a good friend. Now come on. When you reach the kelp forest, Toby has already jumped the railing and has his face pressed against the glass. Toby, don't do that. You're gonna get in trouble. Hopefully he'll get caught and kicked out. Whatever. As if I wanted to hang out with you dorks anyway. Only here because my dad may be coming. Super stoked you made it, cuz. Stop being babies. I'm not gonna tap on the glass so hard I'll murder all the fish or anything. They're just gonna die because I tapped the glass. Oh, they're just gonna die because I tapped the glass? Yeah, I'm not stupid. Not falling for that. Wow, Toby is smart. He doesn't fall for facts. There's no trick in that guy. Dumbass. You total dingus. Anyway, isn't the glass 2 feet thick or whatever? Like I tapped the glass once and it's gonna break? Sure. I'd need a super katana or something. Toby looks at you and you freeze. Ah, nervous. Hey, I wonder what happens when you tap on the glass with your freaky cyborg arm. Come on, try it. Toby, cut it out. Stop being lame. I just want to see what happens. Come on, guard. We're not supposed to tap on the glass with our normal fingers. But what about her weird robot arm? That's fucked up to point that out. Think she likes the fact that she's missing her fucking arm? Maybe it's different. Maybe all the fish will come out, will come look at it, and it'll be cool. Guard, come on. Misha tugs on your sleeve and whispers, Hey, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Absolutely not. Oh, come on, please? If anything happens, which it won't, I'll tell them it was my idea. Please? No, stop asking. Whatever, lame. Toby dabs and then runs out of the room. Queerbait. Toby, wait up! Come on, guard. I have no other choice. You hear commotion coming from the next room. You step out of the dark kelp forest exhibit, the reflections of the water still touching your feet, and into the brightly lit tide pool room. The touch tank in the corner sparkles in the sunlight. A few of your classmates examine a dripping sand dollar, while others walk away from the tank, giggling after patting a hermit crab. You know, I wanted a hermit crab at once, but then I decided against it. A boy that you've never spoken to before approaches you. Boy, oh, sand dollars can feel pain, you know. That's uncool. That's cool. He walks away. Huh? Hey! You wanna poke at the sea slug? No. The hermit crab then? Nope. But touch the tank. But touch the tank is part of the aquarium experience. At least touch the coral. Coral. Safe, non-moving coral. You can do that. You walk to touch the tank and look down. Colorful shells and lumps of coral lay on the sand. A dark purple sea slug climbs slowly over the rock. You take a deep breath. Reach into the tank. Slowly, you lower your hand into the tank. Why are you doing this anyway? Because Misha told you to? Why would you do everything Misha told you to do? Is she even still here? You can't hear her. Actually, you can't really hear anything. Your hand touches the water. It's cold. Lower. Into the tank, into the sand. What are you reaching for again? Coral? Well, all you see is sand, ebbing gently into the water. Specks float up towards us and stick to your hand. Lower. And you know, you swear the tank didn't look this deep. The sand is ebbing less gently now. In fact, it's swirling. You can't see your head. The water is suddenly murky. It's up to your elbow now. The sand churns like something underneath is rising up. Oh, pull your hand out. You move to pull your hand out of the tank, but something grabs you and pulls you back in. Terror rises in your chest. You can barely breathe. You yell, but no one seems to hear you. You brace your body against the tank and pull upwards. It fights you. It's pulling you in. Deeper. Deeper. Misha, help! You put your entire weight against the tank. Pull as hard as you can. You feel a release. Suddenly, you're standing next to the tank, surrounded by your lively classmates. Some of them are staring at you, giggling and pointing. You look at the tank. The water is clear and only a few inches deep. The sea slug continues its slow journey across the rock. Gee, stop yelling. What did you... Oh, a sand dollar. Cool, but you should probably put it back. You look at your hand. You're holding a sand dollar. Huh? I know you'd like to touch tank. What do you mean? Well, you clearly got into it. Your entire arm is wet. You check. Your sleeve is dripping all the way up to your shoulder. See? You just have to try things. I knew you'd get into it. Try not to make a scene next time, though. Try not to make a scene next time, though? Anyway, Monica says there's a room with stingrays, so we should go there next. Come on. Something in the tank grabbed me. Dude, stop freaking out. Everyone's going to think you're weird. It was probably just a hermit crab or something. You're fine. Let's just go to the next room, okay? Misha grabs your hand. You look back at the touch tank. It looks normal. I mean, as normal as weird-looking coral can look. This is coral, right? Started to get a headache. The longer you look at the touch tank, the more it hurts. Come on. You look away and allow Misha to pull you into the next room. Monica and Delane are... that's what Delane. Monica and Delane are already in the raised room when you enter. And besides, they're mostly harmless. Yeah, they're harmless to everybody except for the crocodile hunter. May he rest in peace. I don't know. Those stingers are freaking me out. Actually, those are manta rays. Plus, stingrays don't attack unless antagonized by a predator. Their barbed tails are only used for protection. Although they are closely related to sharks and don't have bones. They, just like their shark relatives. Rays glide through the water. This tank is really big. The biggest you've seen so far. It's making you uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. You step back and survey the room. Plaques detailing the different types of rays and facts about their natural habits line in the wall. There's a doorway on the left side of the room with a restricted area, no entry sign in front of it. The room past the doorway is dark, but you can see something on the floor. It looks like a broom handle. The object is partially obscured by the doorway. You walk closer. A janitor's trash can and equipment are knocked over, cleaning items strewn haphazardly on the floor, and there's something behind it. You get closer. What is that? Hi, guard, how's it going? Remember those restricted areas I mentioned before? This is one of those. So you're going to want to head back to the exhibits. Why is it restricted? What's all this stuff on the floor? We're kind of short-staffed these days. Janitor probably knocked it over. We'll get it cleaned up. That's why these areas are restricted, so you kids don't see the messes we leave behind. Yeah. You make your way back to the group. Only account for 306 deaths by drowning per year. Wow, Delane, you sure do know a lot about really bummer facts. I want to be a marine biologist someday, so I do know a lot of facts. Sorry if knowledge bums you out. Chill, you guys are giving the fish anxiety. Whatever. Hey guys, come quick. They're feeding the sharks in the deep ocean tank. Oh, I've got to take a selfie with that. That does sound pretty cool. Yeah, come on. Toby turns to follow Monica and Delane. Then he looks back. Misha, are you coming? Sure, yeah. Misha, don't leave me alone. You promised. Misha doesn't hear you. Or maybe she pretends not to hear you. She runs after the others. What a great friend. The room is silent. You're alone. Man, I know too many people like that. Make a promise and they just break it the first time they get. You look at the rays, and then at the handle of the broom, still peeking out of the restricted area. And the guide. Wasn't he here? Where did he go? You feel your heart beating faster. A sign on the wall points towards a hallway labeled Open Seas. That sounds fine. You walk towards it quickly. You immediately notice a change when you enter the Open Seas room. The room is circular, and unlike the other rooms, there are no tanks on the walls. You look up. Shiny fish swim in endless circles around the top of the room in a giant circular tank. You take a moment, breathing hard. You're feeling lightheaded. You sigh and sit down on the floor. So this sucks. You didn't even want to come here. Why did you come here? Because Misha told you to come? Why? She doesn't even seem to care now. She left. Maybe you're just her backup friend. Maybe she likes having you around. In case there's no one better to hang out with. Maybe she likes that you don't have very many other friends. Maybe she likes that you need her. You hold your bare arm against your chest. You're freezing, but also somehow sweaty. And Monica only invited you because you're in her class. She has to invite everyone. You only talked to Monica like 4 times. Does she even know your name? You could be home, doing something you enjoy, but instead you're here, doing this because maybe you really wanted to believe Misha. Maybe you also wanted to feel wanted. Everybody does. You tilt your head back and stare up at the fish again. You try to focus on one fish and follow it all the way down, all the way around the room. You keep losing it in the swarm of other identical fish which shimmered silver in the light. Your neck's beginning to hurt, looking up, and your head hurts as well. And there's quite a lot of water above you. How thick was the glass again? The headache is getting stronger, but you can't stop looking. Can't stop staring at the fish. You're beginning to feel a little motion sick. You're sitting, but it hasn't helped you catch your breath. Oh, are you that out of shape? Maybe. You wonder what happens if you throw up in an aquarium. Maybe you go to jail. No. Fish jail? Take a deep breath and stare at a single point of glass in the tank. You focus in on that area, shutting out everything else. And then the glass cracks. Uh-oh. Whoa, it looks like that fish has a lot of eyes. That's probably just, I forget what it's called. Something for protection. I don't study the ocean. Hundreds, thousands of fish weaving in and out of the pack, in and out of the holes inside of each other. Thousands of glassy eyes staring right at you. There's so many of them. They create their own object, a heavy object, one that can crush you. Oh, what's up with this one? Thousands of tiny, writhing bodies in pain because you upset them, and now they're dying. They're going to take you with them. The swarm reaches out one giant tendril, an arm bigger than your entire body, plants it on the seafloor. Then, from its writhing body, it extends another tendril, and another, bending at odd angles. Even though it's millions of fish, you feel the reverberation in your bones as the knees break and bend backwards. Ooh. It tries to move. It can't. It's dying. It screams in pain, each limb breaking under the weight of the swarm. Each time a new one growing back. And they all have eyes. They're all staring at you. The swarm screeches and bends and reforms into an enormous ball, and then a hole opens in the middle. Small at first, but now bigger. It's deep and black, and you can't see the bottom. Just swarming, screaming, dying fish, all the way into the void. It moves to swallow you. And it does swallow you. And for a moment you can't scream. You can't move. You can't even breathe. And then you can. And you do. You scream a lot, very loudly. You sit up from the floor. When did you even lie down? Stand up shakily, and you run. Run! Ah! You run. You don't look back. You don't look at where you're going. At some point, you hit a restricted area sign and stumble. You keep running. It's dark. You slow down. You breathe. It's actually really dark now. Where are you? Half-finished posters line the walls. Empty tanks sit on the floor. The table is knocked over. Up ahead, you see light peeking through a doorway. You enter. You? Guard? Ooh, too many eyes. Way too many eyes. You're finally here. That looks like an octopus mouth almost, but with eyes. Oh, I was right. I think. Ew, dude, with a normal mouth. Ooh. You enjoying your trip to the aquarium? Is it playing out the way you expected? What did you expect anyway? Did you expect to have a nice time with your friends, making memories, learning about the natural world, growing as human beings? Maybe you anticipated some of it. Toby's crudeness, Monica's arrogance, Misha's neglect. But maybe you were hopeful that in the end. Despite everything, it would all be okay. Oh, maybe you were hopeful that in the end, despite everything, it would be okay. You broken, desperate idiot. The vast ocean and its infinite complexities doesn't even acknowledge your existence. 100 million miles of sea, a void, and you, a lone whale. Come closer. Farther. Go away. I would leave. I would not listen to that thing. This is the part where it gets better, right? This is the part where your friends run in and save you. They say they've been looking for you this whole time. They say they're sorry for leaving you alone. You feel comforted. You feel safe. You feel accepted. That's what happens next, right? They'll be here any second. I think I can hear them now. Oh, I hate when games do that. Well, y'all are gonna have to pause that. Oh, it's there. You just gotta pause it. You came in here to prove yourself, and little whale, what did you prove? You proved that you were right about your classmates. That voice in your head, the one that you could never quite silence. The one that says they're better off without you. Did you really want to believe they were your friends? Or did a tiny, bitter, angry part of you, part of that has been hurt, want to find justification for your anger, for your fear, for your pain? When you needed help, none came. And here you are, alone. So congratulations, little whale. You were right. What now, guard? I am not broken. What's that, little whale? Sure, lie to yourself. I'm not. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you see the truth. Give up. I'm not broken! I am not broken! Stop fighting! Stare at your own reflection. Look yourself in the eye. Say that again. I dare you. I am not broken. Fine. Need more proof then. Go ahead, find some. Leave. What the heck was that? You're in a glass tunnel. Large, dark fish swim above you, around you. An enormous shadow blocks the light from above, then disappears. Is that a shark? You really don't like sharks. You keep walking. The light filtering through the water, through the kelp, through the moving fish is odd. Now, it's not that I don't like sharks. I don't hate them. I just don't want to be around them because they're animals that can kill me and I'll be defenseless. All I can do is punch it in the eye or whatever. But more than likely, if the shark attacks you, you're dead. A whale? Not so much. You can literally ride on its back most of the time and it won't do anything. It probably won't even notice you because it's giant. And even if it does, it'll just ignore you. Sharks, on the other hand, they're waiting to eat you. All they gotta do is smell some blood. You get a little cut on your wrist or something, or on your arm, and they're after you. They can smell that stuff from miles away, I think. There are plaques spaced evenly along the railing with fun facts and small blurbs about the creatures kept there. Dazed, numb, and directionless, you read them. Tuna can swim at speeds above 70 kilometers an hour, 43 miles an hour. There are over 30,000 different kinds of fish, all of which have their own colors and sizes. Many fish travel in schools to protect themselves from predators. Numerous sea dwellers use camouflage to blend in with their environment and confuse their hunters. That's relatable. You're back at the kelp horse. You remember this place. The room is colder than you remember. It must have been hours since you were last here. And up ahead is that. Guys, it's me! I'm back! Toby, Monica, Delane, and Misha stand next to the kelp forest tank. So close, in fact, that they're completely backlit by the light from the dark. That's not them. You can clearly see that's not them. That's a creature. That's a creature too. That's definitely a creature. And that's a creature as well. Let's see. Squid. Maybe a lobster. Or something like that. Crab. And maybe some kind of weird sea monster. Or like an upside down weird looking fish. You have no idea what a relief is to find you guys. Guys? I was completely wrong. That's a snake. Oh, I was kind of right about this one. I don't think that's a crab. It could be. I might have been right about that. And that is one of those fish that uses this thing to... man, I forget what this thing is called. Some kind of piranha creature that lives at the bottom of the Marina Trench, or just the bottom of the ocean. They use that little light. From Nemo. You guys know that from Nemo. Except one of Nemo had goggles on his face. Run. I would too. I'd be out of there. I would have seen the shapes of their heads and ran. I'd be like, you're not people, I'm out. The deep sea room. Your worst fear. Your only option. Whoa, the glass is moving. That's kind of a cool feature. If that was like a some kind of light reflecting or something like that, some kind of tech they put on there to make it do that, that'd be cool. I feel like that'd be a little expensive though to have it integrated into the glass and still be reinforced. You pull the large doors closed behind you and then lock them. You don't get the sense that anything's following you, but you don't want to be alone right now. I wouldn't either. I'd want to find out if I was still in the real world. Especially after seeing something like that. You survey the room. Sleeping bags and backpacks litter the floor. There's also a small table stacked several feet high with LaCroix cans. Classic Monica. Looking closer, you spot two familiar backpacks, yours and Misha's. But your sleeping bag isn't rolled up like the others. You see that Misha has laid out both your and her own sleeping bags next to each other, right up against the glass. She'd even found the blanket in your backpack, your favorite blanket from home, and folded it neatly over your sleeping bag. That was nice of her. Maybe she really is your friend. Just excited about being around other people. Dazed and tired, you sit down on your sleeping bag and stare up at the enormous tank. Huge sharks swim higher than you can see. Smaller ones lurk near the bottom of the tank. It's almost like you're the one in the tank. Oh, it's almost like you're the one in the tank, looking out of a window into the ocean. Technically, I mean, that's what the point in the aquarium is. It's what it's supposed to feel like. It's beginning to scare you again. You feel your pulse ring. You feel your pulse rising. You feel that headache coming on, but you force yourself to look. Out of your peripherals, you see that a giant shadow, bigger than the others, approaches you from the right. You stare ahead. You will not look away. And then you blink. And now you're in the water. Oops. Its skin shimmers under the filtered rays of light. Just as it's about to swim out of sight, it turns. There's a few passes in front of you, lingering. You get the impression that it sees you. Hey there, friend. It flips its tail a little. Wait, is that a mechanical shark? That looks like a mechanical thing. Maybe its fin got ripped off or something and they replaced it with a mechanical thing. It's got some scars here. That would kind of make sense. Maybe it was attacked by another shark. It's not as scary as you thought it would be. I mean, it's huge, but it's just swimming. It's kind of peaceful, actually. You lean back for a while and watch. Oh yeah, they're astonishing creatures. They're just dangerous. The shark swims around, weaving you in and out of the rocks, passing the other sharks, reaching the edge of the tank, but never quite straying far from where you sit. There's a plaque at the bottom of the tank titled "The Ocean Guardian." It has a picture of the shark with the prosthetic fin. Oh, okay, I thought that was. Read it. Meet Bruce, a lemon shark from the Atlantic Ocean. You may notice that Bruce is a little different from our other sharks. Bruce was heavily injured after a run-in with an illegal shark finning vessel. Ooh. Due to the loss of his tail fin, or caudal fin, Bruce has been fitted with a prosthetic, which allows him to swim as gracefully as other sharks. Despite his trauma and injury, Bruce has a calm temperament. He can be shy sometimes, but sharks are naturally social creatures, and Bruce is no exception. Bruce is especially friendly with sharks who are new to our aquarium, and is instrumental in claiming new sharks to the aquarium environment. Because of this, our handlers have nicknamed him Bruce, the Ocean Guardian. Unfortunately, due to his injuries, Bruce is unable to survive in the wild. We are happy to provide a home for Bruce, our unique friend. You watch the sharks. The lights of the tank dance over you. And you know, you're beginning to get it. Why everyone loves aquariums so much. Sitting here, watching these sharks is actually quite serene. You think you could sit here for hours. After a while, you hear the door open. Guard! Misha runs over and hugs you. She hugs you so hard she almost fell over. I think she's crying. Oh, maybe she's been looking for you. I thought you left or something. I'm so glad we found you. I was so scared. Is she crying? Guys, we found Guard. She's in here. Monica looks at you and smiles, sort of tiredly. Her hair is a little frizzy, like she's been running around. We've been looking all over for you, Guard. Are you okay? I'm okay. That's good. We were pretty freaked out. Oh my gosh, Guard! Finally! Bro, it's you! Oh man, my heart's pounding! I was worried you fell into his tank or something. He's not a total douchebag after all. Toby, isn't there something you wanted to say to Guard? Something you've been talking about saying for the past hour, remember? It was something like, I swear if we ever see her again, I'll tell her. What was the rest, Toby? Yeah, Guard. I'm really sorry for bothering you earlier. I thought I was just being funny, but then you went missing. I realized that maybe it wasn't very funny. It wasn't. That was mean. Talking about our arms, that was mean as hell, man. I would have left really bad if you got hurt or something. Anyway, I'm sorry. I would have understood if it was like another dude or something. This dude's like, he would know, but doing that to a girl or something, it can mess, I don't know, I feel like it messes with their head more than it does guys. And, I think your arm is really cool. It reminds me of Iron Man. Pew pew! Yeah, that's it. Misha's still crying quietly into your shoulder. You've never seen her cry before. She's whispering something. I'm sorry. I'll be back. Glad you guys found me. I was scared too. Yeah, this place is kind of freaky. I wouldn't want to get lost out here either. Bet they've got some weird stuff in there somewhere. Bet they got some weird stuff hidden. Bro, let's go check it out. Yeah. Misha pulls away from you, wiping her face with her hand. So my eyes are red because I'm tired. Not because I was crying, by the way. I wasn't. Yeah, Misha, sure. But Guard, are you sure you're okay? There's a first aid place, or like, I don't know. Your friends stare at you. They all look concerned. You look back at them, and for the first time tonight, you actually are okay. I'm okay. Prove it. Prove you're okay by doing the wave. Prove you're okay by pretending to be a shark. What the hell? Yeah, you're fine, you dork. Hey, you're my best friend. You're my best friend too. And you're all my best friends too. Toby. If he keeps his face like that, it's gonna get stuck like that. He's gonna walk around with an open eye all the time. The search party over, all your classmates filter back into the deep ocean room. Some of them hold flashlights or wear safety equipment. They're all excited to see you. They must have been looking really hard for you. Monica walks up to you and hands you a LaCroix. My parents can take you home if you want. We didn't do the cake or presents because we were looking for you. So maybe we can cut you in a slice of cake to go, and you can have all the liqueur you want. I mean, the entire pile. I know we're not like best friends or anything, but like, can I hug you? Yes. That's not a hug. That's creepy. Don't stand behind me. Monica hugs you tight, just for a second, and then let's go. Cool. Well, anyway, want me to tell my parents to take you home? You look around at your friends. They're smiling, laughing, talking as they set up their sleeping bags. You look at the tank, just another pass. You feel comforted. You feel safe. You feel accepted. I want to stay. Monica looks surprised. Okay, great. Let's do cake, I guess. You spend the rest of the night hanging out with your friends. You eat cake, you open presents, you play games, and eventually you fall asleep under the watchful eyes of the Ocean Guardian. There he is. Oh, maybe it's not. I didn't see the scars on his tail right there. Oh, that would be cool to sleep out right there. Whoa, he went through the glass? Wait, that was the end? He went through the glass and what, he drops on you and then you die. Well, that was interesting. I think that was a story about not being in your head. Not just trying, how do I put it? Not judging people until you actually talk to them first, I think. Or getting out of your own head thinking that everybody hates you when they really don't. Because I feel like that sometimes. But anyway, this was fun. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I'm still a little confused about the end, though. I don't know why the shark just went through the glass and then it ended. Let me know what you think is going to happen, too. Oh, man. I will see you guys in the next one.